Which among us, and she must be found before she burns this whole place to the ground. Away, 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 away. She's been looking around, she's the talk of the town since she came here on All Hallows Eve. She'll corrupt all the women and ruin all the men before finally taking a lead. Oh, deny all you want, but I know what she's done, and I know that she's up to no good. But by calling us heathens, you're denying the demons that live in your own neighborhood. Away, just stay out of the woods, 'cause she's up to no good, unless you're prepared for a fight. 'Cause the witch has the power and it is witching hour, so you better off elsewhere tonight. Oh, grab your pitchforks and start your fire. Go grab your loved ones and run for your lives. There's a witch among us, and she must be found before she burns this whole place to the ground. Away, away, away. Just stay out of the woods, 'cause she's up to no good, unless you're prepared for a fight. 'Cause the witch has the power and it is witching hour, so you better off elsewhere tonight. Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Off the Grill podcast, the only show that has been referred to as a triple penetration of knowledge, humor, and timelessness. What the fuck is going on, people? How are we? I hope you're all fantastic. I hope you had a lovely holiday weekend. Thanksgiving and the like. And apparently, according to the calendar, it starts today, but I saw many celebrating it yesterday. Maybe it's an Israel thing. I don't know, but happy Hanukkah to those that celebrate that. Including one Eric Cartman, apparently, in the future anyway. And before we dig too far into the show, let's thank the sponsors. Don't have the banner ready, but hey, now I do. Casey Anthony's trash bags, so tough even a toddler couldn't tear them. Only trash bag I use. Okay, folks. I mean, you use Glad. Get the fuck out of here. Hefty, blow me. Big bold corn in the cob so big you need two hands. What do you think? Mouthful of fun. Think BBC. And last but not least, AshleyMadison.com. If you want your secret liaisons to absolutely become public, talk to AshleyMadison.com. That out of the way. Let's do a fucking show, huh? Let's see who's in the chat here. Let's take a look at everyone. Fix my fucking squeaky chair. Done shine. Smash that fucking like button. Hit that thumbs up. Let's go. Let's get that going. Share this bullshit around. Give people just tell them subscribe, or I'm gonna tell your wife what you've been doing on the weekends. Just who cares? Tell them to make a fucking fake profile. I don't care. I just need the optics to look good. I got enough fucking people to talk to. You people I like. I'd hate to get to the point. I mean, I wouldn't. I'd love it. But to the point where it's just fucking annoying man babies asking the same questions over and over. I hate man babies because I am one, and I am very, very self-loathing. Shout out to the old monster Irish blend. There, Java, whatever the fuck. Not a sponsor, but they can be. Hit me up, guys. Who owns that? Coke? Coke owns everything, it seems like. Who cares? Oh, Dan asks, are you prepping for the community production of Christmas Carol? I am not. Someone hasn't got me a script. Jess Graham in the house. Hello, Jess Graham. Good to see your beautiful face. Sort of. Dan, I don't know what that means. Keep that to yourself. Now he's cable channel 11. I'll try my best to have the Christmas Carol scripts out by the end of the week. Sounds good. Sounds good to me. So we have talked about this. Apparently, we're going to go ahead with that. I'm totally all right with that. It works for me. Jess says, shout out Ghost of Christmas Present. So is nephew Fred. I know very little of that Christmas Carol story, to be honest. Like outside like the main couple players, I'm not terribly familiar with it. So Hanukkah Eve was yesterday. Is that so? Yeah, I just saw a lot of them going, hey, happy Hanukkah. But okay. So the 8 Crazy Nights starts tonight, huh? Good to see you, Ben, by the way. Oh, it's night 2 of 8. Okay. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Eight Crazy Nights in Hebrew. Dan, is what are your top 5 Hanukkah movies? So, yeah, aren't those the only 2? I don't know. Maybe there's more. There's that. Is it 5-ish? That fucking. I don't think it's a movie. They talked about it at Comtown years ago. It's like just a giant $5 bill, like a mascot costume type thing. Oh fuck. Anyway, and Dan also asked somewhere, what are my top 5 favorite Christmas movies, dude? I can give you Home Alone, and then also Home Alone 2. Hey, Lauren's here this week. Good. Says I woke up from a deep anesthesia slumber for this. What was I thinking? It's never a good move, but glad you're here. Regardless, I don't know. Whatever you were under anesthesia for, I hope it went well. Hope you got a nice shiny pair of tatas or something nice when you fix that nose. Dan says Hanukkah, the recent slasher. Yeah, Dan, I don't watch. I ain't got time for that. I ain't doing. Listen, I feel like in a lot of cases, staring at a fucking wall is spending my time better than watching some shit like that. Maybe not. I don't know. Who cares? I don't. No Billy Bean today. That's not fun. That old faggot had me. Damn it! whatever. I call him an old faggot. What are you going to do? This one's shot. So I'll just keep dropping it. I'll drop it, so many times it just becomes ridiculous. But yeah, I'd be a little worried. Some of his comments last week. So I feel laggy. It looks laggy on the screen there. Oh, is everything fine? Dan says, are you saying we're going to have to add Lauren to the hottest ranking show? Well, yeah. I mean, if he's got a new pair of knockers, he officially counts in my book. Just so they still have to talk to Lauren in private, see if he will be the narrator. Yeah, in private, publicly. But yeah, that's also the way to go, Dan. Just guilt him into it. My man. Old Mikey, Dime Breed says nothing like wearing an off the grill t-shirt while riding a Harley Davidson. Pick yours up now. They're the perfect Christmas gift. And that they are. I mean, take a look at them. If I could find them. I'm fat and dumb. Here they are. Look at that. I mean, you're not going to look this good in one. You'll look pretty close, though. I mean, None of these things make sense to me right now. Yeah, well, nothing makes sense to me either. And I'm fucking stone cold sober, but I feel like I've been doing cocaine for the last hour. Not in like the head. I'm still like, my head's clear, but I'm just fucking jittery for no reason. And I don't know why. It's real weird. On top of the fact that, I don't know, maybe there's not another fact. You guys can go to offthegrill.store, pick up a shirt, help this fat fuck out who still hasn't found a job, because all those hiring signs are bullshit. I've found. Like, I've literally filled out applications at this point for shit that I don't even want to do just to get a fucking call back. I mean, I will do work I don't want to do. I'm not an idiot, but nobody calls you back. Like, nothing. Just, no, we don't need you. It's fake. And apparently that's not a uncommon thing in this current market situation or what have you. I mean, that's a lot of places just, we'll throw it up and then no one will fucking show up. So whatever, dude. Whatever, dog. Great. That's good. Oh, Lauren says he's hiring. That's good. I'll submit an application. Why the fuck is Shawn Michaels trending? I'm still trying to find this out. I was in the Twitter trending thing, and he's trending, and I don't know why. Nia Jax is also. Well, hey, man. We'll have to speak about this after the show, maybe, if that's a real thing. What else? Oh, Nia Jax changed her ring name or whatever, so she's trending and not a big deal. Who cares? Yeah, just a lot of bullshit that I don't care about. It says for you. I couldn't care less about any of this shit. I don't know. Apparently, however, I said that, Dan. Listen, it's Lena Fanene. But again, I don't give a shit about Nia Jax. Chucky has been renewed for season 2 on Sci-Fi and USA Network, which I'm actually excited about, or at least, yeah, I'd say excited. Actually, I have, not to go in too far. You're gonna have to pay $1 to fucking get the full experience. Shoot me $1 over Patreon.com/OffTheGrip Podcast. Shh. I've been enjoying the show quite a bit. Much more than I thought I would. And there's shit that starts to get teased that I get real like anxious about, where I'm like, this fucking show's gonna go down the drain. So far, they haven't gotten to that point yet. They've done pretty well, a little too new agey or whatever, maybe for like, I don't know. It seemed, I guess. Got $1 dancing over here. Come out of the way. Yeah, words, things, stuff. I've been enjoying it, and it did seem like it was going to be real heavy-handed with like the gay. Well, it certainly wasn't subtext at any point in this series so far, but it seemed like they were going to be a lot heavier-handed than they ended up being. It's still there. It's whatever. Who cares? Like those people exist. Like it's it's fine. It's not a big deal. Anyone that thinks it is kind of just a jerk off. But yeah, I've really been digging that show, so I'm not. God damn it. Yeah, the last episode was called Cape Queer. That was like 2 episodes ago, I think. And I wish I had fucking thought about that while I was watching it. But yeah, this morning, actually, I just released episode 7 of the Chucky Watch Along. The season finale actually is tomorrow night, Tuesday, November 30th. That'll be. Dan says it's not a joke. No? Well, the last episode, the Cape Fear episode was episode 6, I think. 5 or 6. I know it wasn't last week's episode because it had nothing to do with Cape Fear. So, I don't know. Either way. Yeah, either way, I've been liking the show. I'm actually happy to see it continue, which I figured the 8 episodes would be more than enough. Now, of course, they could, in some form or fashion, just completely shit the bed, but I don't think they will. I'd like to figure that out. Just got a notification. Ben Grimm, you're not going to get on the placard for the end of the show, but I'll thank you right now for becoming the newest Off the Grill Patreon member, patron, whatever you want to say. I appreciate it. You guys out there, if you're not already, be like Ben Grimm. Let's see. We got Shawn McManus in the house. What's going on, Shawn? What's up, Mike, the real Fifth Beatle? Everyone, if you are watching and haven't subscribed to his channel, go ahead and do that. He's really ruffling some feathers over there across the pond. It might have been a couple episodes back. It was episode 6. Yeah. So that's funny. I honestly, I fucking, where I'm getting them from, they don't have titles or anything. It's just episode 6, 7, 3. They're all out of order too for some reason. But yeah, so. Oh, Shawn McManus, good to see you. I know I said hello to you already, but I want to tell to you properly. Fucking tongue-tied fat retard. Holy shit, the Daily Ghost. I haven't seen you in a Coon's age. Are we allowed to say Coon's age anymore? This fucking accent dies quick. Yeah. And there's Jamie rolling in. Hello, Jamie. There you go. Says an accent kills me. Yeah, it's pretty awful. The fuck else? There was one other thing. So yeah, Mike, I did see that's what we were kind of talking about before you popped in, the fact that they did renew for season 2. What do you guys? I know some of you are watching it, some of you aren't, for one reason or another. The ones that have watched it, What have been your thoughts so far? Why the fuck did I ask that question that way? What a stupid. What do you think? Christ, I suck. This is not going to be a good show, at least audio. I mean, it might be fun in the moment. Who knows? Also, I have rock bottom opinion of everything I do. We know this already. But audio wise, there's a lot of fucking clicking noises and me going, dances only in Ireland. How cool is age? Mike says he's looking forward to A Christmas Carol. I don't know. Fucking, we'll see. We'll see what that script looks like. Before I decide to accept or. I will agree with that. He is pretty fucking awful. But to be fair to him, he kind of just quit acting after the second movie, more or less, didn't he? He might have been in some inconsequential shit, but he stopped acting until would he show up at the end of Seed? Was that it? I don't know, whatever it was. Shawn says he's waiting till the season is over and he'll watch it all in one go. Yeah, so tomorrow night is the season finale, so I guess that's kind of smart. I've had fun though. Kind of going. I mean, I'm a lazy piece of shit, so I have the thing. So I didn't always get to it week by week, but I've actually kind of had fun kind of anticipating and having that week to, what the fuck's going to happen. Now, the fact that it's a season 1, so it's a short kind of episode order, sucks. And we're going to wait for at least 6 months, I'm sure, before, we get any more. If they don't fucking wait till the end of October of next year. So, yeah. Dan says I'd be lying if I said it wasn't entertaining, although I can't say I love it. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna go out and fucking, commission some fucking, 4K box set or anything like that, or like even so much as type my name in to sign a petition for said. But I like it. I like it well enough. I'd probably watch it again. I definitely recommend it to people. I've loved Chucky in it. The only episode I can say that I really didn't like is the first one. And anyone that I have recommended it to, I've told, understand the first one's fucking kind of boring and inconsequential. It's a lot of just hey, it's this guy, here's this guy, here's this gal. Nothing really happens, and there's not a whole lot of Chucky. Now the fucking Chucky has ramped up since. In every episode since, and I've loved it. There is a certain Chucky alternate, I guess. I guess if it were a 2K game, it'd be a different skin that I want to see as a Trick or Treat studio production. I don't want to give anything away, so I can't say, but if you've watched the show, you know what I'm talking about, I think. And if you've watched the watch-alongs, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But they've done, other than some of the CGI effects to the face, I think they've done pretty solid. Making Chucky look good. I mean, it's the best he's looked, I think, since part 3. Part 3? Whatever. You know what I mean. But yeah, that's enough Chucky talk. I suppose it is anyway. Ben says I can say I haven't hated any episode. Mike says Chucky's way better than I Know What You Did Last Summer. You see, all these fucking movie TV shows came out at the same time, and I don't give a fuck about I Know What You Did Last Summer as a movie. So the same way I didn't give a fuck about, I don't care about the Scream movies that much. I like the fourth one quite a bit. I like the second one. The first one's fine. The only one that's unwatchable is 3. I fucking can't stand 3. But I don't care. I never cared to watch a TV show. I feel like who cares? I Know What You Did Last Summer. Yeah, do you? So do I. I was there. Faggot. Leave me alone. Take your little fucking fish hook. Beat it, huh? Ben brings up the Day of the Dead show. So he was liking that, but didn't keep up with it after the first couple episodes. I totally forgot that was a thing. Maybe that's what I'll have to do. I'll watch that after Chucky wraps up for the season, just to keep the content flowing. You know what I'm saying? Ghost said, "I dug a note you did last summer. The lead girl was fire." Dan says he didn't even bother with it. Yeah. So no spoilers. Yeah, that's a new show. I'm not going to spoil it. So, Chucky gets raped. Kidding. Fizzled out. Mike didn't like the characters, and I know what you did last summer. And I'll say that just for my money, I don't really like any of the characters. I've come around to a couple of them a little bit, but the Chucky show, it's just like, I can't wait till this one dies. And you just you get angry and you enjoy Chucky for what he is. But Shawn says the Scream TV series was god awful. Dan says Hannibal still reigns supreme. Mike asks, why didn't we see Junior become aware of Chucky on screen? I thought we did. I mean, or I guess we did. I guess we didn't see the moment. We just kind of, fuck. Yeah, it's a spoiler, Mike. Shut up. Sorry. Let's not talk about that anymore. God damn it. Yeah, I guess now that I think about it, that was kind of like, oh, that just kind of revealed that, but it's fine. It's a minor thing. It's not really a spoiler too much. It doesn't change the plot of the story because nothing's happened with it yet. So, I mean, a lot of people are aware of Chucky. Ben said, heard the Exorcist show was good too. Bates Motel. Yeah, I'd never fucking bothered with any of this shit, man. I think I saw part of one, like the first episode of The Exorcist, but like I walked in on someone watching it, I think. So it wasn't like the beginning even. No idea. Dan says Day of the Dead had a fun B-movie vibe to it, but I did fall behind in episodes. If you like Z Nation, it is a good replacement for that. I don't know what the fuck Z Nation even is, but so yeah, I don't know. I have to fucking maybe I'll throw a poll up on the Patreon for the next thing I dive into. Because they're all mildly interesting, I guess, and it's just more of me taking the plunge to actually get into it. So we'll figure it out. Shawn says he's never been able to get into American Horror Story. I have never really tried. It just seems like fucking women's television. I mean that the nicest possible way. I just don't care. It's like it seems like a fucking soap opera. Keep it. And Ben says Ash versus Evil Dead 2. That I did try. My roommate, when I moved to Jersey, kind of thrust it upon me, and I lasted maybe 3 episodes before I just said, yeah, I can't and won't keep watching this fucking garbage. The chick, it's got a little schnoz on her, some little Jewy, maybe Italian or something. I don't know, some kind of, let me just be racist. And she was attractive. I liked her, but the dork with the mustache and Bruce Campbell they were too much for me to fucking keep going. Gotta commend them for the practical effects, though. That stuff looked great, but I'm not a fan of that lore, I guess, for lack of a better term. So, fuck them. Fuck them in the ass. What the fuck else did I do? Didn't do a whole lot of you people here in the States. I hope you enjoyed your Thanksgiving, as I said, and anything great. celebrate? Did anyone do anything special, or just kind of, hey, let's eat the same 4 foods that every fucking family in America is eating at the same time? Yeah, mashed potatoes, stuffing, and turkey. Cool. And some awful cranberry garbage. I do have to fucking at least take some solace in that the Scarecrow mother, I guess we'll call her. She smoked the turkey, at least the breast. I don't know if I think she probably smoked the whole turkey. It makes more sense that she would have. So at least there's some flavor variation there. And I like, don't get me wrong, I love mashed potatoes, gravy. I mean, look at me, but it's just like I don't ever get excited about it. It's yeah, great. We'll do it again in a month, fucking Christmas, and then what? 3 months for Easter. Who fucking cares? I didn't. I did, however. I made a green bean casserole from scratch. I didn't just. It's not just the beans, the soup, and the French's onions. I actually fried the onions. Got them fucking soaked them in buttermilk. The little dredge on them, fried them off. Made the fucking cream and mushroom soup from scratch. I grew the beans. That's a lie. I did just buy the beans, but they're fucking green beans and it's November. What do you want me to do? They actually came together pretty well. I had to shout out Binging with Babish for the recipe for that. Only deviation from his recipe is I didn't have any cognac on hand because why fucking would you? But I did have a little cooking sherry, so I used that. It's similar effect. It's just to kind of deglaze the pan, get some fucking extra little flavor in there. It's fun. It's fun stuff. Cooking with wine is fun. Can't drink this wine though. It's fortified. It's got all kinds of fucking salt in it, and you'll just puke before you get drunk. I've never done that because I'm not stupid, but I know a lot of kids in my culinary class in school that, oh, dude, you just get drunk at school today, man. Yeah? How'd that work out for you? Not well. Balls. I don't know. Oh, Jamie says, LOL, you guys are watching all these new shows, and here I am rewatching Seinfeld. Nothing inspires me. Listen, I rewatch fucking old shows all the time. Like, the only time I'm really watching new shows outside of the Connors, which really is just Roseanne, is for Patreon. It's kind of, not that I have to, but that's an easy way for me to kind of fucking do some shit I wouldn't have planned in otherwise. Does this? No, still fucking doesn't. Bummer. I thought we were going to get lucky and it was going to be able to differentiate between the green screen green and then the t-shirt green. But it doesn't. Still a cool shirt, though. Dan says, Lee Majors was hilarious as his dad. Ben says, anyone find any cool Cyber Monday deals? I am broke as a joke, so I have found exactly nothing. Haven't even looked, to be frank, because I just don't want to go, oh, why can't I have it? Dan Shy says, for movies, sales were pretty weak. I spent my money on Vinegar Syndrome this year. That ain't bad. I know Dan can always find something fucking worth buying for himself at, Vinegar Syndrome. Dan says, I have a Demon Knight poster signed by Kassir and Sadler in my library. That's very cool. I thought about trying to get Kassir to do like an opening for the show. And I just never followed up on it. So, and now I don't have the money to do so. But I'd almost, it becomes a whole weird thing because like you could pay, he's not too expensive. You can actually get his voice, you could get him to say what you want him to say for a reasonable price. But I don't want him just opening the show. Like, no offense to him, but what has he done? People go, oh, I know that guy. You hear his voice and but like even his regular speaking voice isn't too far off. Like if you just showed someone a picture of Casserole, you'd be, oh, he was in that one episode of Tales from the Crypt towards the end of its run. It's season 5 or 6. Is that fuck? Oils well that ends well, and he does do his little laugh, which is kind of funny. Oh, that'd be fun. Off the Grill podcast is brought to you by Casey Anthony Trash Bags. It's not a gag; they're a real sponsor, Dan. I wonder if there's a small contingent of people that don't watch the show; they just listen to it, like on Spotify or iTunes. And by the way, go do what you do for Apple or Spotify. You subscribe or just add the fucking things with downloads. Give me a couple shekels every week. I don't care if you listen to it. Actually listen to it. Mute it. I don't care. Let it play. Those are all things you can do without it actually giving me money that still help me. But if there's the contingent that just listens, that thinks I'm fucking just nuts because I'm talking to Dan or Ben or Shawn McManus or Mike or any of these other people, Jess Graham or Jamie or Brian Trashwings here or Billy Bean. I think I saw him retweet something on Twitter, so he's not dead, thank God. Oh, maybe he did it after. I don't know. I don't know where the fuck he is, though, and it's making me nervous. But, yeah, they just thinking I'm fucking nuts talking to, people that aren't talking back to me. Who knows? There's probably not. But it's an interesting thought. I'll say that. Good. Yeah, why do any prep? Oh, NFL, I guess. Talk about the Bills coming up big against the Saints on Thursday night. The other two games were really inconsequential. I don't care about the Lions, Bears, Cowboys, or Raiders, really. I do. A small part of me will always kind of like the Cowboys, even though they fucked T.O. over. I do like the Raiders a little bit. I think fucking Gruden got a real bad rap. Did he say some awful shit 3 years ago? Sure. I wouldn't even say awful as, Goodell is a non-football faggot. Everything said about Roger Goodell is spot on, frankly. Some of the other slurs or whatever weren't great to read, but I don't know. I don't think that they should have any bearing on his current employment. Like whatever. The whole, if let's say I worked for a media company now and I said something whilst under their employment, absolutely get rid of me. Fucking, beat it, fatty. But hey, this guy said this in private things 3 years ago. What? He wasn't employed. All right, fucking make him go apologize, and then they shouldn't have done it, I guess, and then move the fuck on. I think that shit's ridiculous. I show a big shock. Fucking fat straight white guy comes out against cancel culture, which I'm not. It doesn't really exist. You have to go away for a little while and then fucking just go. Don't apologize. Just either completely ignore it or just fucking go quiet for a little while and come back. Who cares? It's not a big deal. They really hold no power outside of Twitter, you know. And if these fucking bloggers would stop masquerading as journalists and making pretty much whole articles out of look what fucking Commuter 62476 tweeted about whatever situation. And then fucking Butthole Eyes 1982 said about this. And you know, at the end of the day, doesn't matter. You know, if they'd stop reporting that kind of shit and pretending that's news, we'd all be much better off. And this whole cancel culture wouldn't even exist in whatever facet it really does. But I'm fat, white, and dumb. What do you expect? You know, why would you listen to me? Dan says, did you see Ghostbusters yet? No, I probably won't until I can find it. Which means like after it's out on fucking Blu-ray or whatever. I don't care enough to see it in theaters. And again, as I said, I'm broke. Like the only reason I'm not like panicking is because I did use the money I had over the summer to pay my bills. So it wasn't completely irresponsible with it all. James says, who thinks you're nuts? I don't think you're nuts. I think we're all nuts. It's probably not far off from the truth. What's up? Jerome. He says a bunch of things. I don't know what they mean. Perhaps it's some kind of code for I'm gay. Yeah, man, all of these trending topics are awful and don't matter. So I don't know. It's weird. It's a shame. But yeah, I don't know. I guess we're not getting any help there. Oh, Billy Bean! There he is. I knew he wasn't dead. Yeah, I was right. I cracked the code. Who did Gruden finger? Oh, he didn't finger anyone. He said some yucky things. Like I said, he called Gruden a non-football faggot. I think what was the term, meaning he doesn't know shit about football, and he doesn't act in with the integrity of the game in mind. You know, it's all more money. His salary is outrageous, by the way. Let me see what that is. That shouldn't be too hard to get a fucking hold of. So apparently he makes $63 million, $63.9 million a year. For kind of, you know, making the game a lot less fun to watch. You know. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, that shit is easily correctable. Like if we had actual journalists reporting on news, you know, and not fucking little bullshit like that, and on a grander scale, not fucking playing one side against the other. Just simple things, you know, which I know that we're never going to get a completely honest and balanced kind of news source. There's always going to be some slant on it at this point. I mean, it's inevitable. But anyway, let's move away from that. That's going to get somebody cranky, I'm sure. Probably several people. Who knows? I don't know who listens to this after it archives. So, back to the NFL. The Jets won. They beat the fucking Texans, baby. Which isn't saying much. Most people have beat the Texans this year. But that's win number 3. And that's, I believe, is as many or more. No, we only won 2 last year. As if I'm on the team. Only won 2 last year. They won 3 this year. And as it stands right now, they have the 4th and 5th overall pick in the draft coming up. That's because Seattle has not been doing well, and I hope that continues tonight as they hopefully lose to the Washington football team. But we'll see. I don't expect them to lose, but it would just be a nice treat. Zach Wilson did not look good yesterday. Looked rusty. Looked like a rookie that missed 3 or 4 games with a knee injury. Did have a pretty nice ad-libbed run into the end zone for a score. Would have had a nice touchdown pass to the back of the end zone, but our fucking garbage tight ends don't know how to catch. Defense played well, really well, other than a 40-yard touchdown pass they let up. But Brandon Cooks is one of the best receivers in the league, probably top 15 for sure, if not top 10. Gets kind of forgotten and clowned on because he got traded so many. He's been traded so many times. I think he was a first-round pick or first or second, something like that. Started with the Saints, was traded to the Patriots, was traded to the Rams, traded to the Texans. I don't know if it's a contract thing or what. They just, because New England and Los Angeles haven't had like big regime changes or anything like that. But I mean, Houston has. Even New Orleans really has been steady since 06. But yeah, I don't know. They don't think he fits or he's not tough. I couldn't tell you what it was, but he does get slept on a little bit, in my opinion. Good win for the Jets. They got a couple real winnable games over the next several weeks. Got the Eagles this Sunday. They're going down. And the Saints the next week. That one they'll probably lose. They can beat the Dolphins, Jags, and then they're going to lose to the Bucks and the Bills unless those two are sitting starters by that point. I don't know. I did see Tre'Davious White's out for the year. That's not good for that defense. Teron Johnson's a great slot corner. I don't think he can play outside. Levi Wallace is not great, although you haven't really heard his name that much this year, which is a good thing. Because in years past, you hear him, Levi Wallace, pass interference, or he just gave up a 60-yard fucking catch and run. Or, we just got fucking toasted on the outside. So, and it's not like there's some free agent signing to be had at this point in the year either. Like the only thought would have been Richard Sherman had he not been picked up by the Bucks a few weeks ago, but I don't think he's a scheme fit. I mean, I don't know. At this point, I think you take what you can get and try to, whatever talent you can get in the room, you'll scheme around it. But who knows? Dan says the XFL is coming. Don't worry. Listen, The Rock has stupid amounts of money. He hasn't burned like every and any possible bridge like Vince has, as far as like with NBC or whoever else, Paramount, like whatever. Because I know UPN and the WB network, they merged, but so I don't know. I guess Paramount would that still be? What the fuck did that turn into? The CW. That's right. So I don't think they're really in the market for sports anyway. I don't know. The Rock's got connections. He's one of the most famous people in the entire world. So I think the XFL could potentially be successful. I mean, The Rock is smart enough to see, all right, well, Vince fucked it up twice. And really, the second time COVID fucked it up. It didn't have they shut the season down. There wasn't a bunch of talent there yet, but they were going to allow people. I believe the second go around of the XFL, they were going to allow players out of high school, or maybe they would need only more like the NBA, where you only need like a year of college. So kids could come out early, try to make some money sooner for their families or whatever. which could be a good thing. Pardon me, folks. But we'll see, I guess. I mean, I don't think the XFL is coming anytime soon, though. And I'm curious to see if someone like John Gruden would show up there, if he'd be welcome, based on the things he said, which I think he's too good of a mind to not have around in some capacity, even if it's like some kind of a shadow kind of, hey, like an advisor thing, like a competition committee sort of thing. Who knows? I don't. But I'm interested to see what he does with it. I almost kind of hope for a rebranding of teams too, because a lot of those teams are pretty lame, like the Defenders, the Guardians, or some shit like that. The Sea Snakes, or fucking, I don't think theirs was that bad, but none of them were good. None of them were something. I got to get one of those jerseys, or a hat even. Like, fuck, dude. They ain't great. And it says, you think Kevin Owens will stay with WWE? I think he'd be stupid not to. I mean, again, I think I've talked about this before. I think you asked that last week too, Dan. But I'll continue to talk about it because, hey, what else do I have to talk about, Got a soft shoe and get through this, huh? I could see it two ways, both ways that it could go. I could see him leaving, because he wants to go play pretend with his friends. And I could see him staying because of the money and the fact that regardless of what fucking dorks that have never kissed a girl would have you believe, the WWE is still the preeminent wrestling promotion in the US. Really, it's bigger than fucking New Japan. Let's not pretend it's anything else. So it gives him the most marketability, the most money, and other than for the stretches, and of course the feud with him and Jericho, and the stretches where they just don't really have anything for him, he's still on TV every week. He still wins. He just But from what I've seen and read, the kind of the heel turn in the mini feud, is it fair to call it a mini feud? Even I don't know, with Big E, and they're still using him well. But he's been on TV since 2015. With minimal time off for injuries since then. So, so like I said, I could see him staying. I could see him leaving. I don't really care one way or another. I don't think because I've always liked Steen, Kevin Steen on the Indies, from an in-ring angle or perspective or whatever. I guess for the most part, a lot of that fucking PWG Southern California fucking Young Bucks faggotry. It's not for me. I don't know. I don't dig it. It's the same thing, and I worry about. I don't worry. He's fine. He's made his fucking money, But I worry. Selfishly, I worry about his character, so to speak, being kind of shit upon. With him going to AEW and fucking making kissy faces with the old cucks, Speaking of AEW, I watched last Wednesday's episode. There's a big promo showdown with MJF and CM Punk that was fine. I've seen way too many people go, it's the best television I've ever seen. Which to me says that that's the first thing that they've ever seen on television. It was good, but it was like a fucking opening promo for Raw. It was 10 minutes too long, if not fucking 15 minutes too long, Punk about a year ago said, "Well, AEW's got to get over this WWE thing and just stop bringing him up." But dude fucking brings him up every time he does a promo, one form or another. Like he called MJF a less famous Miz. I was like, that's okay, fine. I'll be a less famous Miz. That's fucking, that dude is ultra successful, pretty fucking famous. I mean, he's been in some dog shit movies, but his stupid fucking reality show with Maurice does a lot better numbers than old fucking Roads to the Top. So, I don't really see that as that much of a fucking dig on and honestly it just makes the company look like garbage. That's one of the 4 pillars of AEW, which I think is some gay New Japan shit. Because Tony Khan's a fucking mark. I feel like such a fucking douchebag right now. Ugh. I gotta stop talking about wrestling. But yeah, just like it makes MJF look bad, and it's all right. So you're gonna beat a less famous Miz. Great. What have you done for yourself there? And it makes the company like, oh, you're in the company that one of their 4 kind of fucking poster boys, the 4 guys that they're building the company around is, well, he's the Miz but less famous. So you're working for the second place company. You're working for the lesser company, is what you're saying. And it boggles my mind that like fucking even people like Jim Cornette are like coming over this promo. And it ain't that good. I'm sorry. It's fine. I mean, it's still one of the better segments on the show, a show that has gotten better since August, The lows are still as low as they have been. But the highs are much higher, and the lowers are fewer and further between. But yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see where it goes. Maybe it should get better. But Dan says, going back to the Kevin Owens thing, true, but with all the cuts and the fact that he's not guaranteed anything more than 90 days of whatever deal he signs. Yeah, and okay, whatever, I guess. So he's made enough money, and he's going to get at least 90 days. I would imagine then that there's like, he's got to have an agent, and an agent's going to go, well, listen, we need some of this money fucking baked in, so even like we get something on top of the 90-day downside or whatever the fuck. And for him to just go, okay, pay whatever you want. I mean, it'd be foolish to do so. Like, this fucking company has more money than God. Kevin Owens has a name. A lot of these other guys that got cut, barring like Strowman, really past him. Who the fuck else did they cut that had in Bray Wyatt? Like Strowman got a deal, and he did absolutely the right thing. He said, "Oh, well, I'm kind of a hot commodity, so you're going to pay me $1 million a year. That way, even if he does get cut, and which he did, he got cut and is guaranteed a huge fucking chunk of that fucking money instead of, well, we're going to get, this is a standard mid-card guy deal, The same with Wyatt. Bray Wyatt was making all that fucking, all that money in merch, which they get a piece of, I'm sure he was on a fucking big deal, probably somewhere around 2015 on. So unless I know he's got like, there's a whole child support thing came out about him a couple years ago. So I don't know how flush for cash he was, but don't fucking stick your dick in broads, you're not going to marry or be with long term unless you push him down the stairs afterwards. But I don't fucking know. So whatever, I guess, as far as that goes, Dan, people cutting and you don't really know if you're going to go. Or here's the thing, get it fucking written in that, yeah, you can't cut me until at least after a year is whatever the fuck. I'm not an agent. I don't fucking know what would be expected in a contract or whatever the fuck. And on top of that, the whole fucking thing is they're independent contractors anyway. So they should be as unbeholden to this fucking contract as the company is. I don't know. I really wish someone would try to fucking fight that. Like someone, I mean, Punk doesn't really have that much. Like I wish Vince would piss John Cena off, but unfortunately, I think Cena, at least in his younger years, has a bunch of shit that Vince is kind of going, easy, buddy. Don't go to Hollywood too soon. We need you still, little some whoopsies that maybe got fucking. So I'm not accusing him. I don't know. I'm just saying, Cena did get around and he's putting him down like Flair in the fucking 80s. So there could potentially be a fucking string of, that wasn't good. He shouldn't have done that. But if someone like Cena were fucking to cross, like Vince were to cross Cena and Cena goes, all right, dude. Fucking, I guess now it doesn't matter because he's too big and he's got too much money. But what I'm saying is there needs to be someone big enough that has enough money that can go, yeah, I'm going to, we had an agreement to these dates. That's all I'm agreeing to. You're not going to tell me to fucking sit home for 90 days. Hold on. Ben says college football world shaken up with Oklahoma's coach going to USC. I did see that. And what the fuck? I forget his name. Lincoln Riley. That's it. Didn't even have to look it up. It came to me. It's Oklahoma. That's a pretty big program. It's almost always somewhat successful. As much as I'm talking out of my ass talking about college football. Just get that out of the way. But USC is one of like the biggest fucking college jobs on the planet. Breaking news: the Matt and Shane Seeker podcast. They have officially submitted the counterclaim to YouTube, so hopefully we'll be getting that fucking show back on YouTube soon. Anyway, I don't blame him, and especially for the fucking. Let's look up that deal that he got. So, it's a 7 hours ago. Sporting News: Lincoln Riley's Oklahoma buyout to leave for USC explained. According to Sports Illustrated, Riley had previously been signed to a 5-year, $32 million in 2019 before inking a 6-year, $45 million deal in July 2020 that included a 2-year extension to keep him in Norman through 2025. That doesn't make any sense to me. Hi, we signed you to a big contract. Here's a bigger one a year later. But apparently the buyout is $4.5 million. USC will pay that. So like immediately they're in for fucking $4.5 million. So yeah, it says that might not sound like a lot, but consider USC is already on the hook to pay a coach not to coach anymore. Clay Helton, they're paying him $10 million after they fired him in September, following a crushing 42-28 loss to Sanford. That's 14 and a half that USC is on the books now, just to get him in the door. Trying to find the fucking numbers. I saw the numbers earlier, and it's huge. But rumored contract details. Fuck, dude. Shut the fuck up. Holy fuck, dude. Enough with the pop-ups, faggots. Looks like $110 million. USC's buying both his homes in Norman for $500,000 or $500,000 over the asking. Buying a $6 million home from him in LA. Unlimited use of the private jet 24/7 for family. That's fucking crazy. And it's so funny. Like fucking even with Saban, when they pulled him from the Miami Dolphins, like, yeah, we'll just buy you a mansion, buddy. Just come on in, you know. I mean, it paid off for them because he's brought them fucking how many championships? But I can't blame a single fucking soul for taking that job, you know. And I've seen in that kind of the wake of that bombshell, Cliff Kingsbury has been the current Arizona Cardinals coach, has been linked to that job, the Oklahoma job. And a lot of people think he'd take that, but he's got a year left on his pro contract. And I don't know. I don't think he goes. From what I've heard, though, he didn't like to recruit. You know, that's a big thing in college. As a college coach, what you have to do is, you know, go meet these fucking players. And a lot of times, like as seen in Boys in the Hood, not great neighborhoods, you know, you have to show up and have some fucking thug in a wheelchair begging for a scholarship. Get off me, cripple. Ugh. You know, so I don't know. And also that whole idea of, hey, we're cool. Come hang with us, man. I could see not liking that. Also, the dude's coaching a 9-2 team with a quarterback he more or less was able to choose for himself. Running the offense he wants to run, you know, with fucking professional athletes. You know, so while the job of a coach is pretty much still year round, there's more time off for a pro coach than there is for a college coach, simply because there's not all that fucking recruiting and things of that nature. So I think he stays in Arizona. I think they give him a nice fat contract, especially, you know, I mean, the bigger the better they perform, you know. But 9 wins, you know, winning several of those with your backup quarterback. So, you know, I mean, it sucks that Murray's out, but letting that ankle heal and having a fucking fresh Murray for the playoffs? Playoffs? I don't know. I think he'd be a fool to go back to the fucking college ranks, regardless of what they pay him. Billy says, speaking of college football, did anyone else see BYU player end his career? No, BYU player. Did I say that? I didn't see that unless you're talking about former BYU player Zach Wilson, our little twink quarterback for the Jets. Tight end Isaac Rex suffered excruciating. Oh, I don't want to watch that. Excruciating ankle injury against USC. Oh, are they going to show a video? I hope not. I don't want to fucking see that. First half Saturday's game at USC, star tight end Isaac Rex sustained a serious ankle injury and had to be transported out the field on a cart. His ankle on an air cast. He was trying to catch a throw from Jaron Hall with 5:50 left in the second quarter, tap his feet in the back of the end zone, but his ankle bent the wrong way. All right, so that's just injuries. I don't want to see the video. Don't fucking put a link in the chat. I'm not going to watch it. That shit fucking... Like I said, I've said it a bunch of times. I could watch the bloodiest, goriest fucking movie. You show me one compound fracture or anything fucking close to it, and I would be barfing. I don't do well with that. Ben says OU is going to the SEC next year. He didn't want to go as it'll be much harder to win, so he started searching for a new job when they announced the move. He can go to USC and be the top of the Pac-12. Well, hey, I don't blame him. Mikey says, miss you already. Remember when Broads did that? Ben says, better be top of Pac-12 in the middle of the SEC. And I don't blame him for taking it, but the way he handled it was very shady. Nobody had any clue until he announced it. He just walked in, said he's going to USC, and walked out. That's kind of par for the course with them, though, is it not? Like college coaches in general, they just kind of go, yeah, I'm not leaving. I love this fucking program, and all right, see ya. Ben says taking half the coaches and people they recruited with him. I mean, that, Yeah, there was a Saturday receiver folded his foot and ankle under him. It's gut turning. Billy says, "Oh, I agree." I winced and half the bar screamed, "Oh, damn!" Yeah, God, hate that shit, man. But let's see. So Dan said, going back to that Punk promo, it was a good promo, but the IWC certainly has Tony Khan's balls on their chin. Oh, there's so many. It's disgusting. AEW is the perfect promotion. They've never done anything wrong. Fed bad. Ben really liked the promo. Billy says, as of now, in pro wrestling, everything has been done. It's not wrong. Victoria was John Cena's first, I believe that's in reference to. Ben Grimm says, Wyatt doing horror movies now. I saw that. He was... was it a Universal lot or some shit? A decent fucking studio. That's funny. Shane Gillis tweeted about 45 minutes ago, Notre Dame needs to hire Gruden. I agree. I wouldn't be against that. I mean, that might make me a fucking Notre Dame fan, actually. Little watermelon ultra. Ooh, yeah, girl. Shout out, Orc. Maybe. Jesus Christ. It really is good. Got a nice little sour hit on it. Balls. I don't know. What else you guys got? Oh, I'm just trying to look. Don't mind me. Looking at something to talk about the rest of the time. What the fuck happened with Brian Kelly? Did something happen? Is he moving on? Did they fire him? Or is he going to Oklahoma? Oh, LSU was expecting to hire Notre Dame's Brian Kelly as the school's next head coach. An announcement could come as early as tomorrow. Holy shit. Apparently, the betting odds of the next LSU football coach: Lane Kiffin 2-1, Mark Stoops 11-4, Matt Campbell 4-1, Luke Fickle 9-2, Dave Aranda 5-1, and Bill O'Brien 11-2. O'Brien was a good coach for Penn State after all that fucking nastiness, I'll say. But Brian Kelly to LSU, man. That's a pretty big blow for Notre Dame. He's been there for a long time. Had some good success. He was their coach for. They made it to the. They had the Manti Te'o championship game or whatever, right? But I mean, they were just outclassed by fucking Alabama that year, and then they made it to the. They made it to the playoff. What, last year or the year before? I think. I don't know. LSU is a big program. Like he's probably gonna have the best collection of talent he's ever had a chance to coach at LSU. So that could be big. That could be real big, folks. But like most of you, I'm sure, I really don't give a shit. I guess one more thing. Shout out to old Coach Harbaugh and the fucking amazing blue. Never liked Ohio State, so it's nice that they finally lost to Michigan. It's been a while. It's a hell of a weekend for one Rich Eisen, one of my fucking favorite people on the planet. Jets win on Sunday. Michigan wins the night before, was it? Yeah. Huh? So it's good. Happy for him. Happy for me. Happy for the Jets. Let's go, baby. Jets, Jets. Balls. So I watched, not that this has anything to do with anything else, I watched New Jack City for the first time the other day. Liked it quite a bit. Like that's a movie that, rightly so, has a lot of hype around it and, praise and all that shit. So you never know. How that's going to go, but I dug it. Dug it a lot. I've read that there's I think people, at least for a while, were it was in it as it's been in production. People were worried and things were leaning toward it being a prequel or a reboot or some shit to New Jack City, but something's in production or going into production, and it's actually been confirmed at this point that there will be a sequel to New Jack City, and not a fucking reboot or a remake or anything like that. So that's good. I don't know if that necessarily needs a sequel. Although, listen, there's always going to be drug dealers and kingpins and fucking things of that nature. So there's plenty of fucking real world stories to cull from. So that could be good. But I've really been fucking digging some of these like urban, like 90s drug dealer, mob, whatever the fuck movies. I watched Hoodlum the other day too, deep cover. I know they're not. Hoodlum is like a 30s Harlem, I think, movie with Lawrence Fishburne. Clarence Williams III, other people I can't remember offhand, but that was really good. I had a lot of fucking fun with that. I like that time period, that 20s, 30s kind of fucking, like the Boardwalk Empire sort of era of shit. Deep Cover was really great with Fishburne and Goldblum. Pardon me. Clarence Williams III was in that as well. And I think that is actually, now that I'm fucking running through the cast, that's why Hoodlum was like, oh, let's fucking dig into that. And I know that the character that Fishburne plays in Hoodlum, forget his name, Clarence Williams III plays at the beginning of American Gangster, the same character. I haven't seen American Gangster, but this is what I read on IMDb. But that's on the list, obviously, to get to. HBO Max is fucking coming in clutch for those type of movies. They're always just kind of there. Ben says people are selling seats to Spider-Man No Way Home for $2,000. I wouldn't fucking see that movie for the ticket price, let alone pay a fucking probably a couple hundred times fucking upcharge. Seriously? $2,000 fucking dollars? I know a friend of mine was sitting waiting in line, which I've never seen. You have to sit in like a queue on AMC to get tickets. But what the fuck? I think I've read and heard a little bit that it's like The multiverse. It is going to be a bunch of Spider-Men. I don't fucking get it. I don't get a superhero culture or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I like Batman. I've said it before, but like it's only because a lot of the Batman that gets brought to the screen they almost look like horror movies, like there's a lot of that kind of cinematography, that kind of like dark, and I don't know, man, like he's got the fucking coolest villains, and that's what is a hero without fucking villains. So like that's as far as I've ever put it. Like Spider-Man, I like the Spider-Man game for the PS4. I've said that before. I think it's one of the few games that I've played to completion. I don't just mean I played the story. Like I fucking went through and did all the fucking stupid little side missions and all that shit. But god damn it, I can't care about a movie. Oh, they're bringing Tobey Maguire back. Oh boy. Billy says New Jack City is classic. Deep Cover was good too. King of New York with Christopher Walken is good. I think that's on. If it's not in a queue, it's definitely on a list I've got. I got fucking lists all over the place. Laptop, phone, physically written lists of different shit that I want to watch. So I should try to fucking track them all down and get one working list done. Which I think is what that letterbox is supposed to be good for, right? I don't know. I really don't get the point. I guess I get the point of it. I just don't use it, right? Ben says, yeah, I would never pay that much for something I could see the next day for $12. Yeah, fuck that, dude. Because it's like the opening night that's selling for that much, right? It's not like the weekend sold out at that price. Or it's not sold out, so people are selling seats all weekend for that price, is what I mean. Shit to bed. I don't know. I guess we can start wrapping up. We're getting pretty close. Folks, thank you for being here. Stick around, though. I'm sure someone will fucking say something fun I can riff on. Yeah, if you want one of those nice off the grill NWO inspired shirts, like the handsome Mikey has on here, go to offthegrill.store as well as shitloads of other stuff. I'm in the process of trying to design some other shit on my own to throw in the store. Some fuck cool, cool for the kids. But we'll see how that progresses. Probably won't progress very well, frankly, but we'll see. Off the grill. Jesus Christ, I always do this. Patreon.com/Off the Grill Podcast. For as little as $1 a month, you can become a loved patron. Beloved patron, I guess would be the proper phrase. For as little as $1, you can watch me watch Chucky, and just a hint, you can watch the show too, provided you don't mind me talking over it. But the volume's still plenty loud enough for you to hear. If that's how you want to watch it, I don't care. That's up to you. Those I'm watching for the first time, as you see me. Higher tiers get you different things. There's supposed to be a whole bunch of Roseanne episodes that I've watched. Slacked on that for whatever reason. I'll fucking do a bunch of those tonight. Throw them up there. Do one big thing. Who knows? As well, there'll be a poll for after tomorrow. Chucky's done for the year. The season's over, so there'll be a new show. Put a poll up there. You guys can figure that out for yourselves, and we'll go from there. I don't have any live. I totally forgot last week. I had an Addams Family commentary that night. Don't have another one scheduled until December 16th. I don't know. But we'll be doing a Scream 25th anniversary commentary, I think it is. Either way, I mean, we're going to watch Scream. Pretty straightforward. But, you know, I think that's all I've got going on. Keep your eyes peeled. I think there's going to be a community Christmas Carol reading. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Billy says, I might finish the season, but I haven't been excited for the next episode after a half season or so. Man, yeah. I've actually dug the show quite a bit, Billy. I talked about it before you popped in the chat, but I've liked that fucking show way more than I expected to. I figured by now I'd be watching it and just screaming into the void, but I've liked it. Oh boy. But before I go, I want to thank you to all my patrons: Big Crack Rock, Christian Hannah Horror, S'mores Indoors, Nick Rizzo, Jada Stingray, Jess Graham, Orc 145626, Daniel Shine, Lauren Dixon, Mr. Bombastic, Retro Cack, The Daily Ghost, Slaughterport, Ben Yukonevich, Brian Trash, Jester 8082, and Ben Grimm, who is not yet on the card, but he will be next week. Happy Hanukkah to all you Jews. And then for Gypsy Warrior, if and when he sees us.
The faggot of the opera.
And that'll do it till next time, folks. Thanks again for watching. And as always, Iris loves you.